Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to the Driving Home Reviews podcast. This is a podcast that features mine and my girlfriend Hannah's unfiltered, spoiler-filled thoughts about films we've just seen on the drive home. Just a heads up, there's a lot of strong language, full spoilers, obviously, and a lot of comments about what we see on the road, so we hope you enjoy. For this episode, we went and saw Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. And I know, right, let's just get this over and done with before we begin. So I'm guessing you're going to be like, oh my God, Sam, it's actually spelled S-H-A-N-G. So why are you saying it like Shang? And I'm like, well, guys, whatever. Because the guy who plays Shang-Chi, I think his name's Simu Liu. And apologies if I've butchered your name, because I know you're going to be listening. He actually came out on Twitter and said that that's how you pronounce it. So if you've got any beef with how it's said, then you need to take it with him and like Marvel and everyone else. So like, get over it. Anyway, rant over. Let's see what we thought about it, shall we?
Honey, honey,
Get up the bed, run you over.
Yeah, fucking do it anyway.
Especially if you're on this side of the road.
get out the road, Jacket. Yeah, speed walk over that road. Dumbass. What do you think of that?
Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
So that's fucking well good,
It was
wasn't
so good.
it?
Oh, pretty much everyone I've spoken to that's seen it has said it's really good, and I'm like, is it that good? Like,
Yeah.
you know, is it just because you're like a big Marvel fan and all? Yeah,
You're
like,
like, oh,
it's really
actually,
good.
Marvel does the best
But
thing
no,
ever. But
like
no,
that was
really
real fucking good.
Oh, bloody love that.
I did. I bloody love what I did.
It's just so good, wasn't it?
Oh, top notch. Top notch. One of my favourite Marvel films.
I was going to say the same, you know. I think it legit is.
I'm putting it up there in like top 5 for sure. Maybe even top 3.
What are you? What are the others?
No. That's why I was like, top 5 for sure.
I was going to say, how many can you remember off the top of your head?
Hey. Oh no.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Infinity War.
Yep.
And Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Top 3.
That was just really fucking good.
That was. Oh.
I did think when it first started though, it was like, you know, and they were doing all like the wishy-washy like kung fu. Because you know when he first meets the bum.
What, the bus?
Yeah, the dad. When the dad first meets the mum and then they have that little fight thing, I was like,
you mean the scene where I was like, are they fighting or are they flirting or are they just dancing? Like,
it was all three, I think, wasn't it?
Well, it was a bit
Well,
all three,
they were both
wasn't it?
giving big fuck me eyes, weren't they? I
They
was like,
were.
jeez, alright, you too.
Yeah.
But
It's from the off, it's like, oh, like this is a bad guy
yeah.
because he wants power and he's got these rings, and then it's like, oh, but look, you fell in love.
As soon as she like hit him or something, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah, he was like, oh my god.
boing, yoing, yoing, yoing.
That was it. He knew she was the woman for him.
It was the equivalent of like the ooga. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Although it was all like choreographed very well, that whole. Well, I mean, all the fighting was good.
oh
but,
my
like,
god, the fighting was great, wasn't it?
But
Fuck.
like that scene was
particular,
choreographed very well.
particularly. Yeah, no, I like that. Thought all the fight scenes were great.
They
All of
were.
them. Like, they were
really
just
were.
so well done. I was like, yep, like it. Take a lesson. Other movies.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
I know.
Like, Because I know John Wick gets a lot of like, oh my god, yeah, John Wick's amazing. I'm like, John Wick does have some good action scenes in it. But oh my god, they go on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, ugh, alright. These were brisk,
They were.
painful, visceral.
Brutal, weren't they?
Yeah. And it makes a change from Marvel as well, because usually you can't fucking see what's going on when it's like, oh, 1,000 cuts a second. And you're like, what?
Yeah. Like, too much editing.
Yeah.
Stop. Whereas this, yeah, you can see it. You can
See it all.
You can see it all.
But yeah, it just.
Especially because I feel like every fight was so different.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
don't know
like.
if it's just because of the different locations, but.
Yeah, but I feel like it all sort of played into one, didn't it? I feel like it all. Because, you know, you had the buzz fight, which is great. And you had the fight club.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call that.
Fight Club fight.
Oh, right. I mean, we're
That
forgetting.
then turned into fucking Mission Impossible on the side of a building fight.
Yeah, which was also really good.
That was our stress.
There was quite a few moments in this film where I was quite stressed.
Oh, that was my first moment of stress.
Yeah, there's a few, wasn't there?
Yeah. Also, the bus fight.
Yeah.
You know when the bad guy whacked fucking Katie's head against the window.
Yeah.
I was like, how is she not bleeding? Like, that would smash your nose in.
Yeah. Maybe he's not that strong.
Well, yeah, maybe. She's just there holding her face like, oh, ow. I'm like, hun, you've just had your face rammed into a... Oh!
Oh, are you going round, are you, dickhead? Get in the right fucking lane, you stupid fucking cunt. Oh, I'm in a Mercedes. Oh, I can do whatever you want. Yeah, get fucked, you dickhead.
He's gonna speed off now. He's embarrassed.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm such a dickhead.
I'm sorry.
Better drive off quickly.
Who goes right in the left-hand lane?
Fucking Mercedes dickheads, that's who.
Oh,
That's fucking Lewis Hamilton. Dickhead.
Spicy.
Dickhead driver at the top of the food chain. Fucking sets the standard for them all, doesn't he?
I don't know much about that.
That is just a bit of a cock, isn't he?
I don't know much about that.
Sorry.
Anyway, deviation.
What were we saying?
We were talking about the
fights.
bus fight.
Yeah, and she's just a trooper, isn't she?
And when the guy stood up and had a little stumpy arm, I was like, okay, what's this then? Is this going to be a gun or?
Yeah, I was like, is he going to have like a metal fist or something?
Yeah.
Like something's going to shoot out of there, and then a big flaming sword. I was like, oh,
bloody machete. I was like, whoa,
Oh.
no.
my. Well, that bus fight was great. I completely forgot that was like even in this film. Because I seen a little bit of that in the trailer. I thought that's probably going to be a bit of shit, but I was like, that's like a full like 5-10 minute sequence, and it was just great. All of it. It was just so good.
I also love how she took control of the bus because obviously the bus driver had been knocked out, and then later on the bus driver was
he was awake
conscious,
again, yeah.
and he was just sat like on the seat like,
Yep.
man,
Yep.
I'll let you drive this one.
Like, you got
honey."
it. So, what?
Nah, fair.
Yeah. But
It's not covered in his paycheck, I'm afraid.
yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, me. It's exhausted me, that
This
film.
film was also really funny.
Yeah, I think Aquafina's great.
Like,
I mean, she's quite good in everything, though,
she
isn't
is good. I think because she is just like effortlessly
She just seems
very quick, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It just.
This seems like quick improv sort of thing. You know.
She's very like natural.
Yeah.
In terms of her
Because she was
comedy.
in Raya and the Last Dragon, wasn't she?
She was, yeah.
And she was also in was it The Farewell?
She was in The Farewell, yeah. I'm pretty sure she was in Crazy Rich Asians as well.
She was.
Who, the Nan.
The Nan was in that as well, wasn't she?
Well, Auntie Nan.
Auntie Nan, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I was like, hey, I know you. You're a bitch. But yeah, because like the whole. Oh, hello. whole bit like at the little fight club, and he was like, "Oh, bus guy," and then it's like, "Oh, you were the driver."
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just all funny.
Yeah. It was really tight script. It was all very well.
Yeah.
I also quite like because it wasn't so like. It wasn't so like in your face Marvel.
No.
Because it was just like a little sprinkling of like references.
Little bits and yeah. Wong.
Yeah, Wong.
When I first saw him, I was like, "Is that Wong?" And then he started doing his whole, and I was like, "Oh yeah, here it is."
And then for some reason he was fighting Abomination from the Incredible Hulk. Why?
Why not?
Why has he got fish gills on his head as well? Like I think they've gone to make him look more like the cartoon version. Why? Why fish gills? It's just grown them and whatever. Yeah, like why? Like why?
Because they can, I guess.
Yeah, because
it's their stuff and they can do what they want with it, I suppose.
yeah, because fuck it, why not? Why not? Again,
Mixing it up.
something where it's like, does it need to be explained? No, really, because sure he's fighting some big green thing, because part of me was like, oh, it's gonna be like very mystical, you know, when she was like, oh, the realm of the gods and all this sort of stuff, and I was like, oh no, and then I was like, wait a minute, hold your horses there, cowboy. I was like, let's not forget that they've literally had things where they're like, Doctor Strange is like going in and out of like different realities, and then he's doing like time shit, and then there's also space shit as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. When I remembered all that, I was like, fuck me, they've got a lot going on with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just a bit insane. But because I feel like you could, I don't know if going forward Marvel might have a bit too much on their plate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, obviously it's all going to come a crossover at some point, isn't it?
Multiverse, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but like, you know, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on right now, and this is just the beginning of whatever their next set of things are, and it's just
want it to start getting too confusing.
and I think it's gonna, because it started off really small, the MCU, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it started off small, whatever, and now it's just like everything just seems to be, we're gonna introduce this, we're gonna introduce that, and you're like, what? Like, please give me a minute.
Yeah.
Like, let me just catch up on everything else, because it's like, you know, they've got multiverses, different timelines, different bad guys, everything's just like, and it's all in like the same year as well.
Yeah, there's a lot going on
yeah.
in 1 year.
Because they've got what, Eternals next, which is like, it still just looks really boring. Like, like even watching the trailer, I was just like, I don't really care for this, but we're gonna go watch it anyway, and I'm sure it's probably gonna be really good.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, oh, here's Superman, and it's all these other guys who have been around for like thousands of years or whatever. And then it's like, oh yeah. And then in Loki, they were like, oh yeah, here's all the different branching timelines that all just going like tits up. And then Doctor Strange is also like, oh yeah, well here's all the multiverses as well. It's like, would you just give me a minute?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Like, I get that, you know, this is the new phase, but could you just ease us in? You know, could you not just take 10 years like the previous one?
Yeah, like, you're throwing everything at the wall.
I'll build it up slowly, please.
Yeah, like,
Move it up.
I'm like, I know you've obviously lost a year.
Yeah.
Cause COVID. But I'm like, you've done, when you think about it, they've done what? Done WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, they're gonna have done Eternals and Spider-Man by the end of the year. And I think Hawkeye as well, and it's just like,
it's a lot. It's a lot for 1 year, even for Marvel.
Yeah. And I feel like, so if you're gonna get the fucking Marvel boys, who are like, fucking love this, the Marvel me. And you'll just be like, Yeah, but
But
come
when
on
you've
now,
got
like,
when you've got the shows coming out as well.
yeah, and you're just a bit like, oh, give me a min, bro. I need a fucking breather. Anyway, getting distracted from Shang-Chi. But my God, what a wild ride! I loved it. I loved the dad.
Yeah.
He was great. Everyone in
I felt
this.
so sorry for him. I was
So
like,
did
I
I.
like you, but I hate you. And
Yeah, because I was like, you're a bad guy, but you're
he's
not.
such a complex character. I love it.
Yeah. And I was like, that makes a change because usually Marvel are just like,
Yeah, this is
oh, he
bad.
just wants power. And then he was like, oh, I want power at the start. And then he was like, oh, I actually gave it up. And then I was actually really pissed off because they killed my wife.
Get my wife.
And then he was like, I want to save my wife. But yeah, I just thought he was good. Because I think it helped that he didn't, because he wasn't like out and out evil. I don't think.
No, he wasn't.
Like,
I don't think he was.
yeah, it was good. The relationship with him and his sister was good.
Yeah. I felt sorry for her as well.
Yeah.
Didn't like the dad in that sense. That he was a bit like, oh, I don't care about you because you're a girl. And
You remind me too much of your mum, so
Yeah.
fuck off. What? How's that work? If it reminds you of a mum, like, surely you'd like
that's a good thing.
be like overbearing and weird and shit.
Yeah.
I suppose that's probably a bit deep for a Marvel film, though. One of my only beefs with this film, and when I say it, I do genuinely mean it, because I know I usually start off saying this, and I'm like, oh yeah, my only beef is this, and then it's that, is that it did suffer a bit from Black Panther syndrome, where the first 2 acts of Black Panther are really good, and then it just descends into just CGI figures fighting.
Yeah.
But not as
bad.
not as bad as that. Like the
At least
CGI
you know
actually,
who's who.
yeah. Also, it was like the CGI was just way better as well.
It was, yeah.
It's like it wasn't just 2 Black Panthers, one in silver and purple,
Yeah.
and one in like black and gold that was ever so slightly different, and they're just it's like a video game cutscene.
Yeah.
It was like, this was good. But yeah, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like, because that sort of like left turn halfway through when they were like, oh yeah, by the way, there's actually another big bad.
Yeah.
Because I did think, I was like, when they were showing the dad and they were making him like a bad guy but also not really the bad guy, I was like, there's got to be something else, because I was like, it had me guessing, because I was like, how?
It's still a Marvel film.
Yeah,
isn't
I was like,
so it's
you
not,
need it.
It's not just gonna be this dad who's a little bit villainous, but not completely. Like, you need to have a big
Another.
Yeah.
A bit like Doctor Strange in that sense, wasn't it? Because you know they were like, oh, Doctor Strange, this bad guy with the weird eyes he's a bad guy, but he's not the big bad guy. He's just opening the door for the big bad guy.
Exactly. You've always got to have some kind of big outrageous monster as well.
Yeah. And I think I quite liked it.
Yeah.
Because I did think, I was like, when it started ramping up for that sort of stuff, I was like, okay. And I also liked, I was going to point out the flaw in the 10 rings as weapons anyway. Because your swords are better when they're sharp, not just tasers. You know? Because I was like, they had all these like hook pointy swords and stuff, and then they were like, blue electric on it, and I was like, so you're not actually going to kill anyone, they're just going to like give them a light zap.
Electrocute them. Yeah.
And then when the dad was like, oh, well, I knew none of my men would be able to cook. It's like, yeah, because you didn't give me any fucking weapons.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He gave her like little stunt sticks.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, in the final bit where the goodies and the baddies join together, he was like, your weapons are useless. Like, they're fucking useless this whole time. I don't understand how any of you have died to them. Like, you guys have, like, dragon scales.
Dragon scales, yeah. they've got tasers.
It was like, how have any of you died?
Yeah.
Because you know, they're like, oh, it's the blue team against the red team, pretty much, wasn't it? And then it was like, one of them fired their electric crossbow, and they just like electrocuted that guy. I was like, are you gonna help him? Because he was just there zapping on the floor, and then they were like, oh, attack.
Yeah.
And you're like, I mean, you might as well just help that guy,
because he's not gonna die.
No, he's gonna be probably a bit annoyed for a little bit. Yeah. Like, ow. Or it'd be like, you know, those ones where like someone gets tased and they like piss themselves or something.
Yeah.
But what do you think about it? Quite a lot happened in that movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to like break it all down in my head. I'm like, so much.
But
so the bus, and then they went to the club.
I like
and
that.
then the whole, oh my god, that whole bit. Who was that guy who's done Iron Man 4? Did you say?
It was Iron Man 3.
I thought you said Iron Man 4. I was like, is there an Iron Man 4?
No, that's why I said Iron Man 3.
That's why I was confused.
He was the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. But then it turned out that was a big fat lie, and it was actually Guy Pearce who was the Mandarin the whole time. Because he goes, I am the Mandarin, and it's like, you're not. Like that other guy's the Mandarin. But yeah, he was just in that. He was the big fake bad guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I don't ever remember them saying he was from Liverpool though.
No, I think he just had a.
Wasn't he watching them? I think he was watching them. Yeah.
I think he did. Yeah.
What, in Iron Man 3?
Yeah. When he like actually finds it.
He seemed to have less of a Scouse accent now. It just seemed to be a bit more for Bills.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because obviously we've just been to Liverpool, so we're like, yeah, mate.
Maybe.
How are you?
It's fresh on the brain.
Is that your dad? Oh, there's a dragon.
So good. And he didn't it didn't get old either. I thought it was gonna be a bloody horse flogging, but it wasn't.
Who? Oh.
Like having him, and because he was actually in like half the film, wasn't he? So,
yeah, no, I thought it was just this is a reference to the same character that we like shit all over.
Yeah.
In Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
I thought, this is like an apology, like cameo. But then he was actually really good. He was really funny.
Yeah, that was really the guy next to us. I don't know if I enjoyed it more because he was fucking finding it hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the whole bit in the car with the weird headless pig thing. Morris, yeah.
Yeah, the furry pigeon.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call that thing.
That whole bit when they were going through the grass. Not the grass.
The forest. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that. And then you had the big fluffy dragon lions thing.
Oh yeah.
They were cool. I like them.
They were cool.
Yeah, it was just a good old time.
It was a
Good old time. How long was it? Was it quite a long one?
2 hours 10.
Okay, not the longest.
Yeah, 130 minutes.
Okay. There was a point where I think it was during that final battle, I was like, this is going on a bit.
Yeah, I thought, when he got over and then, he had his fight with his dad and then that kind of finished and I was like, okay, cool, it's wrapping up now, and then the fucking soul sucker broke free and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Did that thing even actually get a name? Like a proper name? When she was saying about the big history of the thing.
So.
And she was like, Dormammu 2.0 or whatever it was.
And then when it was fucking sucking the soul out of the dragon, and then I was like, oh god, and then the sister was gonna die. And I was
jeez,
I was like, this is too much.
Yeah, I was like, come on now.
I
was like, please no. I was like, oh god.
Because they just killed that old man mentor, and I was,
god, yeah.
I was like, please stop.
I
the
thought.
Dad and
Because my thinking was, it was going to be, because I didn't expect the whole soul sucker thing.
No.
You know, when they were like, he was like, my wife is calling to me. I thought it was going to be one of them where, you know, he gets there, unlocks the gate, fights the village, does whatever, you know, and then his wife's like, what the fuck are you done? And he's like, sorry, baby. And then him and like,
locks
him
it
and,
back up again.
well, I was thinking him and Shang-Chi will have a little fight, but he'll go with the wife to the, wherever I thought she was.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen, so it didn't matter. But yeah, the only thing was the soul sucker. I was just a bit disappointed because the little one, I was expecting something different looking.
Yeah.
Because the tiny ones were just exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Just smaller. I don't know. I was just expecting something, like I said, a little bigger. Just something a little different.
I was gonna say bigger.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking big. You know what? I was also expecting the guy with the mask.
Yeah.
The trainer guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting him to have his mask taken off at some point and revealed to be. I don't know if it's just because I'm so used to Marvel being like, every character is something.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to have like a big reveal that he was like another character or something, you know? Really, Van Dickhead? Could you not wait 2 seconds for him to fucking... Like, what?
People are pricks.
He was out the space.
Or just wait 1 second.
Where's he going?
I just need to get some petrol, but I don't want to go and sit at the petrol.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry, I was like, why are we sat here?
I just need some petrol.
But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was just.
Yeah, because they kept putting emphasis on him and showing him, and it was a bit like, he was just kind of a faceless guy because then he ended up dying anyway.
Yeah. It just seemed like they were putting a lot of oomph on him, wasn't it? And then it was just like, he did. Yeah.
But then maybe because he was the one that seemed to be.
It was the one who was just doing the shit. He was like his
brutal,
dad's.
Wasn't he? Yeah.
Just like his dad's like little bitch.
Yeah.
So he was probably like, I fucking had enough of this.
Take my soul.
Yeah. Pardon me.
Ooh, spicy.
But yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It's just, it was a good time.
It was really good.
Yeah. Like, shit, like, didn't even need to be a Marvel film, really.
No.
Like, I feel like that was what was so refreshing about it, because it was just like, I think because it's like a new hero.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It was just like a bit of a breath of fresh air.
It was, wasn't it?
So because it was just like, it felt like
something completely different.
Yeah.
Because it was like, which
I think
is why they did throw the references in, because they were like, like this is still part of like Marvel, you know. And so we're gonna throw Wong, and we're gonna throw bloody Liverpool Man.
Yeah.
just so you don't forget.
Yeah, it was just like little sprinkles that was fine, and it was like
without like ramming it down your throat like this is Marvel.
Yeah. It was good. I feel like because every other like superhero intro that's been for like the past couple of times, it's always felt like it's been something where it's like, this is just so heavily it's just so heavily referenced and so heavily linked to everything else. And I don't know if it's that because it came at like particular points where they would, I don't know, storytelling points or something where they were like, this story needs to come at this particular point because that's the way we've planned out this phase to go. Yeah. Whereas like this just felt like it was just good. Yeah. It was like, this is.
To release it because it was a good time.
Yeah. But like I said, they could have released this at any time, and it was just like good.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I can only imagine how good that this did for like representation of like Asians in like Western cinema and all that sort of stuff. It was just great.
Sure.
Because it's a very bold move having, because quite a lot of this film was subtitled. Yeah. Which obviously I don't give a shit about. Like, it's not a problem. Yeah. But quite often in films like, Well, I think Black Widow is like the prime example, isn't it? Where it's like, well, they're all Russian, but in the middle of Russia.
Yeah.
And they're all just talking English, and it's like,
Russian.
really?
Yeah.
But with like a Russian accent, where it was like in this, quite a lot of the time, if they didn't need to, well, there was a bit towards the end, you know, when it was like the dad and the son, when they were having their fight, and I was like, do you need to be talking English right now?
Yeah.
But then I guess maybe from like a film point of view, if you want people to be focusing on the action, you need it probably easier to just listen and watch rather than like having to like flip between up and down.
Yeah.
Not that obviously reading subtitles is particularly difficult, but sometimes you can miss.
Unless it was because, you know, earlier on in the film, when he was like younger and his dad said to him like, oh, have you been practicing your English?
Yeah.
Maybe
very
it was
true.
like a call to that. Because didn't he say you need to have strong body
you need
and
to
mind or something
you need
like
to like
that?
master everything, don't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really enjoyed it.
It's good, really good.
Yeah.
And then the little end credit scene, the first one. Why does Mark Ruffalo look so old? I don't remember him looking like that at the end of Endgame.
Yeah. I mean, the end of Endgame, he was still the Hulk. So,
Well, yeah.
who knows? Maybe.
He's looking a bit haggard, so.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Isn't
because he
he?
did that snap thing, so
He
that probably
did,
took it
that's
out of him
very
a
true,
bit.
and that's why his
Arm was
was
in the
cast,
sling, yeah.
I was like, oh, it must be, you know, post-battle. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because I guess it's like what?
Arm up.
I don't know what year this takes place in, because
well,
this is after Endgame, isn't it?
It just
and
said
this is
present day, didn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to remember in the MCU what year they're in, because Endgame was what, 2023 or something, wasn't it? Because it was like 5 years after Infinity War.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like 20. I don't know. He's probably at that age, you know, where it's like he's looked the same for X amount of time in his life, and now he's at that age where you start to look old really quick.
It's starting to change. Oh yeah, because they, you know, when there was a bit when it was 1996
Yes.
in this film. What bit was that? Was that the bit where he met the mum? Because then they said something else later on, and they were like, "Oh yeah, oh," when he was like, "Oh, you've been gone from home for 10 years."
I was trying to figure out their age as well.
So that would imply that he's 26.
Yeah. Because I'm sure when he met the mum, it was 1996, wasn't it? Because that was when he was in his thing, and they were like, "Oh, we've found it," or I don't know, whatever it was he was doing.
So then he would have been born a bit after that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a couple of years, wouldn't it? About quite a few years, I imagine.
Oh wait, no, because he was 14, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was 14.
When
Yeah,
he was sent off
14.
to be an assassin.
Yeah.
So
I was surprised that he killed him.
Yeah, me too. But also,
Kind of not.
kind of not. Yeah, because you did see it a little bit.
Yeah, when he was fighting the masked guy who was like, "I'm fucking."
And he was going to kill him.
Yeah, I quite like that they've done that. That he's not like the upstanding. He's not like a hero, is he? He's an assassin.
Yeah.
That's what he was there to do. He's there to kill people.
And also, you know, I think throughout the whole film they were trying to emphasise the fact that he was like a little bit of both, like kind of like his dad and kind of like his mum.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially more towards the end.
yeah. When they were like, because he was so like, "I'm gonna kill my dad,"
Yeah.
and then like his nan was like, "No, don't."
Which is why I'm like, yeah, I'm not that surprised
Yeah.
that he did kill the guy.
Yeah.
Also, that's the man that
Killed his mum.
killed your mum, so
Fair enough.
he'd probably be pretty raggy.
Yeah.
Especially with a dad like him.
Yeah. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Yeah, because his shirt said "Class of '17" on it, and I was like, Because how old? It's like class of 17. So he'd have been, what, 18 when he left? So he'd been 18 in 2017. I think.
Yeah. It's born in 99.
Yeah, maybe. And then... So it's like, what, 8 years later? So, yeah, so he's about, 25, 26 then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there trying to figure it out, and then I got too carried away by all the cool stunts and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, everyone in this was just great.
They were. It
Very
was a
good
great cast.
martial artists.
Yeah.
And for everyone, it was great. Loved it. Loved it.
Blown away.
Yeah. I think, like we said, I think it's just because it was so refreshing and so different to everything else Marvel have done. And it was like, thank God. Thank God for that.
Thank God. Give me something different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's because, like, we both enjoyed Black Widow, but that felt very steeped in just Marvel, didn't it?
Yeah. But I think that's just because it was
Because she was like
Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow.
Yeah.
Plus, she's an Avenger and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
I feel like the jokes in this were a lot... Like, it felt a lot more natural.
Yeah.
I feel like that was also what I really liked.
Yeah.
Because like I remember saying about the Black Widow thing when, like, there'd always just be a quip here and there. But, like, it felt like they were timed a lot better in this. Because in every other Marvel film, it's always like, we're going to have a little punch-up for a little bit. And then it was like, stop to make a joke. And then it was like, punch, punch, punch.
Stop for like a random one-liner.
Yeah, whereas this was like...
And there was a time actually in this film when it stopped and I was like, I feel like someone's going to give a cheesy one-liner, but then they didn't. And I was like, oh my God.
I think because...
Refreshing.
Because everyone was doing like martial arts and stuff, it just... They didn't have time to stop and make stupid jokes that can't be asked with. It was just like, it's good. It's what we like.
Yeah.
Appropriate timing for comedy.
Yeah.
And not just cringy improv either. Like
most of it coming from Awkwafina.
Yeah, but I thought even the Shang-Chi, I thought he had some of his lines were good. Yeah. But it felt like he was like riffing off Awkwafina as well.
Yeah.
I feel like those two felt like they had like natural chemistry.
Yeah, good vibes.
Yeah, they seemed like mates.
Yeah.
Mates. I quite like the, when they're like, oh yeah, it's probably not good. Yeah, we should go home. It's probably a good idea. Mm-hmm. Oh. And I was like, that's a vibe.
I know it.
I was like, yep. Love it.
Why is that us?
Yeah. It's like, we gotta get up early. Man, let's stay up till 3 a.m. drinking.
Yeah. We can worry about that in the morning.
Exactly. It's like, we set an alarm for 9. Yeah, let's stay up drinking till 3. Yeah, it's a mood. It's very much a mood.
Relatable, that.
Yeah.
Some relatable comedy.
But yeah. I'd order that on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-order.
Yeah, absolutely I would. Wouldn't even recommend watching that on Disney Plus. I'd be like, go to the cinema and see that bad boy.
See that, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
and it didn't turn out to be too loud.
No.
I was worried.
Oh God, the trailer for Dune.
I was like,
Dune,
is it just
Dune,
because...
whatever the fuck it is.
Is it just because we haven't been in IMAX in a little while and we're like forgotten how loud it is? But I don't think it was. I think those trailers were especially loud.
It's either got louder because we got in there, didn't we? And the Eternals trailer was on, and it was quite loud. And then James Bond was on, which I was expecting like very, bam, 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 like like, and it was like fine. And then Dune.
That was
like, ah! And I was like,
right.
Oh my God, it's fucking rattling in my ears.
Blow my
and I was like, I fucking love this trailer, but that music is really gonna piss me off.
I think that was exceptionally. Oh look, that man's got a dog in his car.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the front seat. I thought it was.
Oh, he's like, load up the car, Dad.
I thought it was like his wife.
I did think I was staring at it for quite a while. I
Oh,
was
she's
like,
got a long nose.
I don't want to say it's a dog without definitely knowing it's a dog.
Yeah, that's definitely a dog. What was that other trailer that was really loud? It was whatever came after Dune or June.
June was the last one, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, and then they did the classic IMAX countdown thing.
Well, I thought there was another one after June.
I don't think so. Venom.
Venom.
That one wasn't
Maybe
as loud, I don't
No,
think.
maybe it was. Yeah, because it went Eternals, Venom, Bond, Dune. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Venom and Eternal seemed the same, and then Bond was quite loud, but not really loud. And then it was just like Dune was just so loud.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
Go watch it.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Go to the cinema. Support your local cinema, please. I don't want them to shut down. Fuck Disney Plus. Don't want to lose my job.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. I can agree with that.
Although they didn't. Did they release on Disney Plus too? They
No,
must have.
I was reading
Or
that
they
apparently. I read the other day that. What was it the other day? I read earlier that they're scrapping their premiere package thing
Yeah.
because Shang-Chi made so much fucking money in America. They were like,
Good.
maybe we shouldn't do this then. So they're not. So Eternals and Spider-Man, and I think
We're just going.
I just go
to
and
cinemas.
just to cinemas, which is
Good.
like
It's
good.
the way it should be.
Yeah.
Way it should be.
Oh,
Sure, put it on Disney Plus, but do it like.
a month later.
I was gonna say 3 months later. 2 maybe.
Yeah, 2 months. 2 months is yeah.
Just normal waiting time. Oh, kitty cat!
Whoa!
Run!
God, yeah. Oh, it's
my
a beautiful kitty cat.
goodness. What? Oh, you running? Is it running away from something, or?
It's probably another
chasing
cat. Let's be
something?
honest.
Or a foxy fox. Oh my gosh, it's going for it. Jeez, Louise, where are you going? I was going to the bins. It's a cat. It's bloody.
I know it's a
Jones.
cat. Oh yeah,
It's Buster for Jones after
it's one of the jellicles.
That's it.
Right, let's roll.
Let's roll.
Wait, anything else?
No.
No, let's roll.
And there it was, our driving home review. Very interesting. Was it controversial? Possibly. This is pre-recorded, so deal with it. Anyway, thanks for listening. And if you want to get in touch, give us a follow on Insta, Twitter, or give us a like on Facebook, where we're Driving Home Reviews. It'd be great if you could subscribe and leave a nice juicy 5-star review, and maybe I'll buy you a pint. Is this bribery? Probably. But tune in next time for another Driving Home review. Bye bye!